Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're journeying back in time to explore the magnificent empires of South India, a region that was a global powerhouse of culture, trade, and military might. We'll focus on the legendary Chola Dynasty, but also touch upon their equally fascinating neighbors, the Cholas and the Yadavas. Get ready to uncover a golden age of history that shaped much of Asia. So let's start with the Cholas. Their story isn't just one of conquest. It's a tale of incredible vision and lasting legacy. While the dynasty had ancient roots, its imperial phase truly began around the 9th century with the capture of Tanjavur. This set the stage for some of India's most powerful rulers. Think of Rajaraja Chola I. He wasn't just a conqueror. He was a brilliant administrator and a patron of the arts. He expanded the empire's boundaries to include vast territories, including parts of Sri Lanka and the Maldives. His crowning achievement, both literally and figuratively, was the construction of the Brihadeeswarar Temple in Tanjavur. This architectural marvel, dedicated to Lord Shiva, still stands today as a testament to the Cholas' devotion and engineering genius. Then came his son, Rajendra Chola I, who was even more ambitious. He earned the title Gangaikonda Chola, which means the Chola who conquered the Ganga. He led his armies all the way to the Ganges River in North India, a feat unheard of for a southern king at the time. But he didn't stop there. Rajendra Ifadam built a powerful navy, one of the strongest of its era, and launched a massive naval expedition across the Indian Ocean to the Srivijaya kingdom in modern-day Indonesia and Malaysia. This wasn't just a raid. It was a strategic move to control the vital sea trade routes to China. The Cholas, for a time, effectively dominated the Bay of Bengal, turning it into what some historians call a Chola lake. Their naval supremacy is a key part of their story, showcasing their global perspective. But how did they manage such a vast empire? The secret lay in their sophisticated administration. The Chola government was incredibly well organized, especially at the local level. They perfected a system of village self-governance through assemblies called Urs and Sabhas. The Sabha, an assembly of Brahmin landowners, had detailed rules for everything from tax collection to maintaining water tanks in temples. Inscriptions from a place called Uttaramerur give us a fascinating glimpse into their democratic processes, including how members were chosen through a lottery system using palm leaf tickets. This decentralized yet efficient system ensured stability and prosperity throughout the empire, allowing the central government to focus on larger strategic goals. Now let's look at what life was like for the common person. Chola society was primarily agricultural, with land being the main source of wealth. The rulers invested heavily in irrigation, building extensive networks of canals and tanks to support farming. This agricultural surplus fueled a vibrant economy. Trade, both internal and external, flourished. Merchant guilds like the famous Manigramam and Ayavol were powerful organizations that operated across South India and even overseas. They traded in spices, precious stones, textiles, and more, connecting the Chola heartland with markets in China, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East. The society was structured around caste, and temples were the nerve centers of social and economic life. They weren't just places of worship. They were major landowners, employers, schools, and even banks. This brings us to education and literature. The Chola period was a golden age for Tamil literature. The era saw the compilation of the sacred Shaivite and Vaishnavite hymns into canonical texts. Epic poems like the Kamba Ramayanam, a Tamil version of the Ramayana by the poet Kambar, were composed during this time. Education was largely centered around temples and methas, or monasteries. These institutions provided religious and secular education, preserving ancient knowledge and fostering new literary works. The Cholas' patronage of art, architecture, and literature created a rich cultural tapestry that continues to define Tamil identity today. While the Cholas dominated the landscape, other important kingdoms also thrived. To their west were the Cheras of Kerala, also known as the Kulasekaras of Mahodayapuram. From the 9th to the 12th century, they ruled over the Malabar coast. Their kingdom was a crucial hub in the Indian Ocean trade network, especially for spices like pepper, which were in high demand in the west. The Cheras fostered a unique culture, and this period saw the development of the Malayalam language. Their relationship with the Cholas was complex, often marked by conflict as both powers vied for control over the southern peninsula. Further north in the Deccan region, the Yadava dynasty rose to prominence in the 12th and 13th centuries, with their capital at Devagiri, near modern-day Aurangabad. The Yadavas were great patrons of art, architecture, and learning. Their most famous ruler was Singana II, who expanded the kingdom significantly. They also patronized the Marathi language, and it was during their rule that saints like Jnaneshwar wrote their seminal works, laying the foundation for the Bhakti movement in Maharashtra. However, their reign was cut short by the invasions from the Delhi Sultanate in the late 13th and early 14th centuries, which dramatically altered the political landscape of the Deccan. Finally, we can't talk about this era without re-emphasizing the incredible contact South India had with Southeast Asia. This wasn't a relationship of conquest alone. It was a dynamic exchange of goods, ideas, religions, and culture that flowed in both directions for centuries. Indian religions like Hinduism and Buddhism took root in places like Cambodia, Java, and Sumatra. Indian art styles and architectural principles influenced the construction of magnificent temple complexes like Angkor Wat in Cambodia and Borobudur in Indonesia. This cultural synthesis created a unique, vibrant civilization across the region. The naval expeditions of the Cholas were part of this long history of interaction, which was driven as much by commerce and cultural affinity as by military ambition. The influence of these South Indian kingdoms stretched far beyond the subcontinent, creating a connected world long before the age of modern globalization. So there you have it, a glimpse into the powerful and culturally rich world of the Cholas and their neighbors. From their military and naval prowess to their brilliant administration and stunning artistic achievements, these South Indian kingdoms left an indelible mark on history. Their legacy lives on in the temples, literature, and traditions of the region today. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments which historical topic you'd like to see next. Until then, stay curious.